Take two. We're just going to slacken it off and we're just going to move it along.
We were just making sure we could get it central.
That's it. My name's Andy and I'm an engineer at Canal Rescue. Today we're on our way to Trinity Marina to assist Jake on fitting an outboard, and we'll see how today goes. It is a Friday, so anything could happen. Hey bud. Sorry son. I'd just like to point out this is not my van.
I've got it.
Yep.
Just want to close the doors quickly and then we'll make sure we both go on the right side of the steps.
That's a really good point.
Oh mate, you're right. Tell us when you're ready, mate.
Okay, as ready as I'm going to be.
Yep. That's the steering column. Right, rest it there.
Okay.
Right. About there actually, mate, yeah.
There you go.
Tiny bit more to your right. There you go.
There's a lock. They're in that lock. All in there. How right you're thinking this?
You got to loosen it.
Yeah. You know what? I have heard rumours flying around that I dyed my hair.
Yeah, I know. I started them. These guys get the cover on the engine before you like submerge.
Oh, that's all right.
Then, didn't we?
Well, I've been a member of RCR since I got the boat in 2018, and I've always found it really good. It's been brilliant service. Every year they come along and they'll transport the engine, take it off to get it serviced and bring it back and refit it, and that's been good. And I've called them out twice since I've been a member. First time was a brake cable broke and they came out, fixed that, sorted it all out, and second time just got some mud up in the engine, and they came out on a Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. By 11 o'clock we were underway, so it's always been pretty good service. I think it's essential because it's peace of mind at the end of the day. If you're out in the cut and you're in the marshalling anyway, you sometimes need a bit of help, and they're just a phone call away, so it's brilliant. Oh, I do a YouTube channel. I've been doing it since I bought the boat. It was a bit of a challenge really from my grandson, saying, you know, I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but I've set my own channel up, and I just do all things about boating and the boat in general, and the way I fixed it all up from being a bit of a wreck to what it is now. It's called The Boating Adventure. So we've just left Trinity Marina after fitting a outboard back to the members' boat. Didn't go too badly, nice straightforward fit, and now we're off to the next one. Next job is over at Ash Tree Boat Club in Rugeley, so nice little drive over to Rugeley. So I've spent the majority of my life working on boats. I've worked with a hire fleet for 9.5 years. Prior to that, I then came over to RCR in 2018, and they welcomed me in with open arms. They've supported my progression, so we've moved up. I'm now involved in a lot of different avenues of the company. My qualifications are in agriculture, so I used to work on all different kinds of agricultural machinery, agriculture itself, and land management, but was always being recalled back to waters. So I ended up changing and going back onto working with boats.
That was a major problem.
Well, we said we'd have a look at it.
When we was out cruising a few weeks back,
So can you see how the cases are blown?
then
Yeah, so
actually using them, you know.
I noticed you've got solar on there, so we'll start off, we'll check to see what the solar's giving the batteries to make sure it's not overcharging.
You're only a young lad.
Yeah, it's not as young as you think. And then this one is coming up as a replace
As well.
well.
Yeah.
So even if this battery did come back after a recharge and said it's not too bad, it would be beneficial to replace it, as if you put 2 new batteries in, the new batteries are only as good as the oldest battery in the bank.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll get the engine started up. Unfortunately, yes. So the output the alternators are giving is perfectly in range.
Both of them, yeah.
Both of them are in range.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And the current they're giving is also in range,
Yeah.
which is brilliant.
Yeah.
So it is just a battery issue.
Yeah.
Give you a cost on how much they're going to be, and we'll get them ordered and
Yeah.
get them in place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've just left Ash Tree Boat Club. So faults we found with that are the batteries are just over 7 years old. They're sealed for life batteries, so that we can't have any maintenance done to them. And just an age relation, unfortunately, they've started to fail internally. The internal resistance has increased, and when the members been running the engine, they've now started to heat up instead of accepting charge. So it's a nice easy repair. We'll order some new batteries for them and we'll be back to change them. Just going down the A5.
Where's my dog at?
I'm not woofing.
But that's our thing. Where's my dog at?
Have you ever owned your own boat?
Not anymore.
You have owned a boat.
We did own a boat for a short period of time. And gladly I'm back in a house. It's nice just to be able to shut off at the end of the day and have something which you know is going to stay where you leave it in the morning. It doesn't disappear, or it doesn't sink, or it doesn't spontaneously break when you're not in it. Which I can see the struggles what a lot of boaters go through. But we do have quite a few of the engineers that have their own boats. So we're definitely never without working on a boat in our work time or visiting our colleagues in the evenings on their boats. And it's an interesting job. It's a funny, there's a lot of character to it. Every day's a challenge. You get to see a lot of the country. Some people see it as a negative if you do a lot of driving, but the positive, we get to see a lot of the country. And we get colleagues ring us constantly. I'd also like to set the record straight. We do not dye my hair. I just want to make sure that this information is getting put across. It's not dyed. definitely bled. Engine in thermal fine great. It's possible you can boil us a bit of water up. It's opened, but it's not opened a great amount. So we're just going to grab a coolant compression tester, which you can use to test the cooling system, but can also use it as a way of pushing air out of systems as well. So I'll try and identify if we've got an airlock or a blockage in the skin tank, because there's just no coolant movement going around there at the moment. Really right top and bottom on that. We have to use this one as there's an overflow pipe on it, so it bypasses it. It's 22mm pipe. I mean, as I mentioned in the past before, the engine, a lot of these were 28 or 32mm output points, and they're running on 22mm to from your hot water tank or your coolant tank. Yeah. So that isn't going to aid its volume, well, help it moving a volume of coolant around. So the one the little arrow squares on. So that's the flow coming out of the engine. You can actually watch it losing its heat before it goes back to the return. The heat's fading off it. Just left a job where the customer reported an engine overheat. So we found they had a big airlock in the engine itself and onto his cooling system. His thermostat itself wasn't opening brilliantly, so it was an escalation of issues. He's not long taken ownership of the boat and he's just uncovering a load of issues which aren't helping his engine cool itself down. His pipe work's a lot undersized at the moment, and there's a lot of corrosion inside the cooling system, so short term wise we've got it up and running and he's happy, but it's going to need some other repairs doing. And now we're on to another coolant job, so off to go and change a coolant hose.
Is winter a time for coolant problems, or is it more a summertime thing?
it's a bit of a mixture really. You've got summer, you get a lot of the overheats because the ambient temperature's gone up, and in the winter we get a lot of issues where there just isn't enough antifreeze in the system, so it's giving them a lot of issues. Pipes are freezing up, core plugs are being pushed out. I think a lot of people do forget that the antifreeze, as much as it's an anti-freezing point, it's also an anti-corrosive. So it is regularly important to make sure that you keep on top of when the expiry date for your antifreeze is up, take it out and put fresh in, or move on to long life stuff. There's bonuses for that. And one of the big ones is definitely you don't have to change it as often.